Okay. So find yourself in a comfortable upright seat. Oh, and just take yourself some time here. Start to feel into your sitting bones, into the sides of your feet. Grow tall, starting to create as much room as you can for nice big breaths. And once you kind of establish that structure in your skeleton, start to pull in deeper breath. The first few just kind of toying with expansion, and each time a little bit bigger, deeper, wider. Paying as much attention to your exhale as you do your inhale. Just watching as the breath comes up underneath your collarbones. It expands down into your belly. See if you can allow the shoulders just to rest, not to come along for the ride, just to sit down in their pockets. Allowing your arms to be heavy and your spine to be long and strong. Take 2 more breaths, just like that. Taking your time. Send your arms out and up and find a big inhale breath. Pull your hands down into heart center. Let your eyes close. Find another breath. On your exhale, press your palms together. Inhale, release the press, but keep the Anjali Mudra. Exhale, press the palms together. Notice if your belly turns online just by pressing the hands together. Inhale, release the press. Exhale, press. Send your arms out to a T. Get big and wide and inhale and spread your fingers. On your exhale, right arm comes under left, coming into eagle arms or your variation of eagle arms. Maybe palms touch, maybe backs of hands touch, maybe loop forefinger and thumb, whatever you can catch on to there. It's keeping a nice long spine. Bring your elbows down as far as they will. And kind of round your shoulders forward, again, without like coming into a cat back, but keeping the spine long, Just the shoulders move forward. And then keep that forward of the shoulders. Send your elbows way in front of you and up. Till you hit that point where they're just not gonna go up anymore. Keep the round but the nice straight spine. Exhale, elbows come down. Inhale, fingertips up, 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 up. Exhale down, leave the elbows down. See if the hands will come away from you any more than they already are. Keep the elbows down, pull the hands toward you so you're almost touching your face. Send the elbows up and the hands away again. Exhale down and release the arms. Let the backs of your hands rest on your knees. And just let all that soak in for a second. Switch the cross of your legs. Send your arms out to a T again. Big, wide arms, wide fingers. Inhale. Exhale, left arm comes underneath into eagle arms. Elbows come down, spine stays long and strong, shoulders round forward. So you're creating as much space in between the shoulder blades as you can. On the inhale, send your elbows forward as arms rise. Exhale down. And 2 more times. And if there's a particular spot that seems interesting to you, stay there for a beat. Next time your elbows are down, send the hands away from you. Pull them close to you, up to the ceiling, and then hands away. And release the arms, let the hands rest on the knees. And let the blood return to your shoulders. I guess it never really left, but kind of fills that space after it's been compressed. Then if you're on a blanket, move it out of the way. And know that we can grab it again when we come to tabletop in just a little bit. First, come to down dog. Ooh, and move the way that you move when you're in your down dog. All of the things, wagging and pedaling and circling and shifting. And finally, let your knees be soft, let your heels reach down, let your heart reach toward your feet. And start to take a million tiny steps up to the top of the mat. Soften your knees. Let yourself hang here. If you want to bring hands to elbows for a ragdoll, do that. If you want to hold on to ankles. If you want to just let your head hang. A little traction for the upper spine. And send arms out and all the way up into standing. Pull hands into heart center. And find a breath. Inhale, arms up, look up. Soft knees, long spine, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back. And come into a low lunge. We're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to come up. We're just going to hang out in this lunge for a second. So if you want to put hands on blocks, you can do that, but we're not going to stay for a very long time. Bring your right hand down to either the mat or your block and send your left hand up to the sky. Exhale down. Step back to hands and knees, and we'll come through pranam pose. So knees, heart, and chin come down to the mat, slide onto your belly, lift your chest into cobra, and back into a tabletop. And step your right foot forward into the supported low lunge. So hands have just as much pressure in them as your foot. And the left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. Bring your hand down, come back into your tabletop. Let your knees come wide. And back into your child's pose. Just for a breath or two. And we'll come back up. And this time we're in tabletop for a little bit. So if you want to bring your blanket under your knees, that might be great. If you want to bring blocks under your hands, that might feel good too. And bring your knees together. Slide your left foot back so that now you have your hands and your right knee are forming a triangle. I just spit on my mat. Are forming a triangle here. And float your left leg. Firm your belly and reach your right arm forward. Just find one full breath. Leave your left leg up, put your right hand back down. Cross your left leg over the center line, way over to the right side of your mat, or even off the right side of your mat. And let your left knee touch the ground. So you're kind of in eagle legs on hands and knees. And shift your weight from side to side and forward and back. Kind of almost making a circle here. Just kind of exploring what goes on in your hips here. And it may not be particularly stretchy, but just kind of noticing how everything's put together there. Lift the left leg back up. And bring it back down. Slide the right foot back. Float the right leg. Left hand reaches forward. Find one full breath. Exhale, the left hand comes down, right leg stays up. Step across to the left. Let your right knee touch the mat into eagle legs on this side, and then again, just kind of shifting around. I find that I don't have a ton of space to explore here. So just moving however you see fit. Seeing how it's all put together on this side. And floating the right leg. Come back into your tabletop, knees wide, and into your child's pose. Bring your, interlace your fingers over your head and start to move fists in circles to give the wrists a little bit of a break. And keep your fingers interlaced, keep your elbows down on the mat, and bring your thumbs to the back of your head or the nape of your neck. I'm just finding some opening in the triceps here and the shoulders. And then release all of that. Come up into seated, and you can sit on your blanket again. If you do, I don't know how you had it before, but if you do sit on it, have it pretty low. And when you sit on it, sit right on the edge. Give you the whole blanket, but you're only gonna need the edge. So, at first, bring feet out in front of you. Let the insides of your feet touch. Maybe your ankles touch, maybe just your big toe mounds. Maybe your big toes. But feet together. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. And stay. If it feels comfortable or interesting to you, bring your chin down toward your chest. And notice what your breath feels like. With the front body all crunched up here, and the back body all long. Find those big breaths that we started with at the beginning. And notice where the breath goes now. One more full round of breath. And come all the way up. So take, let's see, fold your left heel in toward you. And step your right foot across. So we're coming into kind of a half Lord of the Fishes twist. And somehow I forget how to cue that. So left foot is tucked in, right foot is stepped over, Take hold of your right knee either with your left hand or scoop it up into the inside of your left elbow. Plant your right hand behind you on your blanket or on a block. Sit up super tall first, then find your twist. You may find that your twist really only comes in your neck and not a whole ton of space otherwise. It could be different for you. Really hugging the right knee in as you continue to sit up tall in your twist. So each inhale brings you taller. Each exhale, maybe there's just the teeniest, weeniest little bit of twist left in there. First, unwind and release the knee. Let both legs come out. Give them a little shake. And then switch sides. Tuck the right heel in. Step the left foot over. Scoop the left knee up into the crook of the elbow or into the hand. Plant your left hand behind you on your block or your blanket. Sit up as tall as you can first. Exhale, complete your twist with your eye gaze over your left shoulder. Left hip might be coming up off of the mat, just letting it be heavy, but not trying to force it down. Hugging the left knee in, sitting up tall. And letting your exhales facilitate a little bit more twist if there's any left. One more breath. Unwind. Move everything out of your way. Bring your heels into the corners of your mat and roll yourself down. All the way. Arms come up overhead and put your hands into the corners of your mat too. So heels and hands are out wide. Then your right heel further into the right corner as you reach the left hand further into the left corner. Take a big inhale breath, reach further. Exhale, release. And the left heel reaches down into the left corner. Right hand reaches into the right. Inhale and reach. Exhale, release. Now all four corners. Reach the limbs, big inhale. Exhale, release. And 2 full breaths here. Let your arms come down by your sides. Pull your feet in your heels in toward your seat, and just find a little windshield wiper, a little release of that big stretch. And when you feel ready, make your way into Shavasana. And I've read from this book so many times that I know I'm repeating myself, but I think it all bears repeating. So tune in or tune out, either way. Breath, the mindful breath, the rhythm, out and in, the wave that crashes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy or exaltation. Full, then empty. Ebb and flow. Breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort, but to breathe and listen. And begin to bring in deeper breath. Start to find a little bit of movement. Maybe circling wrists and ankles. Slowly, slowly, slowly rolling to your side. Finding breath here. And pressing into seated. There you are. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your hands down to heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace.